really hope that this is like a whole explorable area. That would be really, really cool. That would be cool. I hope because they're going to show it later on, but we'll see it from there. Welcome to the Gaming Pulpit. This is your host JD, and we are going to be doing a light analysis on the latest installment of The Last of Us Part Two. Now, as you can see here, this is a close-up of the previous images that we saw earlier. Um, I hope it's like a little hub area because they learned some things with the DLC of the Uncharted. One thing I wanted to know: this little kid running to the left, is that her baby? Does she know this little nigga? I don't know because she's looking at him. She's like she about to hug him. I don't know. But anyway, moving on to this. Um, Ellie clearly, what the fuck could blow up a moose like that? And no good human would waste meat like that. That doesn't make any sense. Um, Another thing I notice here too is why the fuck does Ellie have a gas mask? She's supposed to be immune to the spores, unless the reason why she was looking at that moose that got blown up is that there's another strand of fucking cordyceps that she can't handle. But how would they have figured it out? You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. Just looking at this shit again, like, I mean, something blew that shit up. Going to this, I just want to throw this in there because it has amazing detail. Look at the incredible detail of this shit. It's fucking ridiculous. It's like a testament to what they're going to do in the future. This one is, so she's surprised about what's going on with the person. We don't know who it is. She apparently got beat up, but the question in play is their uniforms and how the fuck did she get out of this? How did she get out of that? That's the biggest question here. Apparently this must have happened like right after, you know what I mean? And she's kind of reflecting on it the way that I see it. She's like really like, whoa, fuck, you know what I mean? She witnessed somebody that she knows and probably cares about like die, you know what I mean? That's has to be some tough shit. It has to be some tough shit. I think well, however way she escaped, you had Tommy, which is Joel's brother. He I guess he's given the belongings from her girlfriend, because we all know that's her girlfriend, to her little pieces. Maybe they found her little bracelet and they just given it to her like, hey, this is what we found of her and stuff like that, and I'm sorry for your loss. He also tries to stop her later on taking this particular trip. Hold up, can we just talk about this? Why the fuck is this dude naked? What's up? It's apparently a testament.
You can't stop this.
That naked dude is probably a testament to how gritty this game is going to be. I figured I'll put the shit in slow motion so you can see all the lacerations and explosions, and I mean, she's really putting her all into this shit. Like her all. And I'm sorry for the video being all chopped up like this, but King Thrash was like looking at this enemy here, and I thought it was a bloater. I don't know what these are. They look very close to a bloater, and it could be, because this is a bloater right here. It could very well be that the graphic fidelity is making them look different, but that will be a bloater. Moving on to our next one. I'm not sure what we got going on here. She gets kicked in the face. Oh, this is the scene with the dog. So that dog has a vest on. That is not an infected dog. That's not an infected dog at all. That's a trained dog. But that's not to say that the infected won't spread to animals. Now, this is a funny thing, right? We all saw that Joel, kind of stops her from going after this caravan. And she kind of realizes who it is, either be a scent, or she kind of realizes that the person is not trying to kill her, right? But then they show another scene where he's talking to her and says, I'm not going to let you do this, alone. Right here.
You think I'd let you do this on your own?
Now, He's inside of a building, and you know what that building looks like? That's the funny thing. That building looks very reminiscent to the first trailer that they showed us. This is probably a continuation of that. And then that's when he was like, "Are you going to go through with this?" Right? Now, this is the first trailer. Look at the interior, look at his clothes, shit like this. And you know what? Let's go back to that trailer. You know, same type of colors and shit like that. They got the whole color scheme shit going on. It really is very, very, very familiar to, you know, the first trailer. In terms of the colors and shit like this. And to kind of further hammer my point, you know, the next trailer or next piece of this shit, you know, let's just look at the people, look at the colors, look at all the people that she murdered. It makes sense. I don't know when this is during the trailer. I have no fucking or during the game. I have no clue. But I don't know if they tried to infiltrate, you know, if they tried to infiltrate that base or not base, but that house and shit like that. But these are that occult, you know, religion, you know, group, and she destroyed them. But it's the same color scheme. It's the same color scheme. You know, it just raises a lot of questions. To be honest with you, and I'll talk about this towards the end of the clip here because we're actually approaching the end here. I want to just actually say this as well. Like I know I'm going to go deep down in it. I don't think that Naughty Dog makes incredibly deep storylines, so I can't really, you know what I mean? Like I can't really say too much about that. I think it's pretty surface level when it comes to the storyline, so we may discover how this game is going to play out. We may discover that shit. Um, and then that's just how it is. I don't know what the posters are. What's going on with this? Now going on to our next scene. I think I gotta. I don't know if I want to trim this. I'm not going to though. I don't think I'm going to trim this. But moving on to our next scene. What the fuck is up with them slicing? Speaking of the occult people, why are they like opening stomachs? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know why they're doing that. Um, just weird. I don't know what the thing is, but listen to what she says.
With sin.
Nested with sin. Are they talking about pregnancy? Like, what are they talking about? And they're doing that to guys, too, which is just weird.
Where is the other apostate?
An apostate is somebody that doesn't believe in a religion, by the way. Another thing is, they call the clickers and the zombies in this game demons. That's what they meant by that. They say the demons are coming because they're waiting for that shit.
Cut her down. She's one of them. Left.
And then she's one of them. What wrong? Was she supposed to not have sex?
Together.
Not gonna happen. She say something to you?
Make it 1 week.
Now, this is another thing that's kind of curious. Clearly, they got something going on, Ellie and Dina. But clearly, Dina and this Chinese nigga had something going on as well. He doesn't seem to be incredibly bothered by this situation, but isn't that kind of like real disrespectful? Don't you think it's a little bit? It's kind of like real disrespectful. Look, he goes leaning back, tells her, be careful and stuff like that. Like he knows what's going to happen. He knows they're about to, I don't know, eat snatch. I don't know what the fuck they do, but he doesn't seem incredibly phased by that shit, which is kind of curious there. And then, like, damn, that eye roll, though. You saw that shit? Like, she was super annoyed with this dude. But, yeah, like, that's bad disrespectful. You gonna sit there and do that in front of people? Like, what the fuck? Like, don't play me like that. Also, last year, when this trailer was released, they also had Dina with a bracelet on. And they talk about that as well. So Ellie has the bracelet. Now the guy says sacrifice land, and we don't know what that means, but this is the result of the sacrifice land. Um, I don't know why PS4 just got super loud. The fuck was that all about? Anyway, he mentions in this part where he says sacrifice land, and I'm just kind of curious about what's going on with that. Um, Sacrifice what? Is this babies that they're sacrificing? Is, you know, her mom a part back then before, because her mom supposedly died? Was this supposed to be back then? Like, what's going on with that shit? I don't know. But she wasn't having it. Slice, but I ain't gonna show that shit. So, I guess, you know, this is basically the end of the video here. Um, I do want to talk about my hate supposedly for the game. It's not that I hate the game or anything like that. It really isn't. I really do. I think what happened in the past with Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog used to make really graphically rich, heavy gameplay games with not that much story. You know what I mean? And then they took a turn when they made the Jack and Dexter series. You know, they added more story. They injected more story into their Jack and Dexter games. So it's just like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be a party pooper, and I know I sound like really negative towards the game and shit like that. I know I do. You have to excuse me. I'm really not trying to sound negative with the game. I'm really not. I'm really trying to be. It's not that it's a struggle per se to be, you know, positive about the game. I do. I like what they're doing in terms of, like, they found a really unique way of kind of like incorporating zombies and shit like that. Like, usually you're supposed to get bit and then you turn into the zombies. In this particular case, if you ingest the spores, not ingest, but if you inhale the spores, you become the fucking zombies in this world as well. It's, I don't know, like, I don't want to sound like, you know, I don't know. Like, when I've seen this trailer the first time around, I think my biggest disappointment wasn't the fact that, you know, oh, the lesbians and shit like that. You know what I mean? A lot of people kind of misconstrue what I say about the lesbians as, you know, if you're a lesbian, I'm not feeling it, or I'm thinking that he's, you know, pushing in the gender or whatever like that. Excluding everything that I said before, I just don't want them to compromise their vision. You know what I mean? I don't want them to compromise their vision because, you know, a lot of times, you know, politics and trying to be on the right side of the fence kind of fucks things up. You look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe and how detrimental that was to, you know, to Marvel properties. Trying to be super inclusive, actually changing characters where, you know, they should have never been changed and stuff like that. I kind of don't want that to happen in this particular case. I don't have any particular proof that that would happen or whatever the case is, but I just, you know, it's just tough for me to, you know, I just don't want them to do that because there's a lot of time. I mean, I don't know. Maybe the world's changing. I don't fucking know, but I don't want them to fuck up a game just to appease a small group of people. You know what I mean? Just the stuff that Neil Druckmann said off the record and his, you know, stuff, you know, social media, was just bad. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you liked or disliked about the video. And if you liked it, a sub will be appreciated. Peace out.